Hello guys, my Inart Hermoine Grangers have finally arrived and I'm so excited to unboxing and talk about this figure. So the box was covered with the translucent red box. So inside you can see the Gryffindor color scheme with red and yellows. And after removing the packaging, you can see it is a white box with beautiful pattern on the sides. And we can see the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer stone wording in the lower part of the box. Different angle, you can see Hermione's face turn into like a book. And behind the box, we can see a shadow of Hermione Granger's. And in the side, we can see Hermione Granger Inart 16 collectible figures. And on the other side, we can see the Harry Potter's wording logos. If you want to buy these Inart Hermione Grangers, I suggest you can go to Fantastic Toys. You can use my code for 5% discount off for your purchase. I will put the link and my discount code in the description. And now, let's unboxing these Inart Hermione Grangers with me. So it had the magnetic design like the previous two boxes, so open and sideways. So in the first layer, we have the operation guides. There's an envelope. So let's get it open, have a quick look. And we also get a ticket like the previous product. We got a product qualification cert. And let's open this envelope. So if you're interested, you can pause to read it. So I have to take it away for now. And lastly, the operation guide, like the instruction manual. So better take a look before you actually playing with these collectible figures. For example, it told you how many accessories that you have and some of the like articulation movement range, etc, and tell you like things you need to care about, something like that. And some warranty is also inside the operation guide, so don't lose it. So let's have this removed. So finally we got to the first layer and we can see the body right here, the hat sculpt and some other accessory, and we got this my cat right here and the sorting hat. So now let's take the most important hat sculpt to have a quick look before unpackaging it. So let's have a quick look. It looks beautiful. Very, very beautiful. A wooded hair Hermione Granger's in year 1. Very beautiful hat sculpt. So now let's put it back first. Now the second layers. And the second layer would be the base and the sport closet something accessory, like it's really huge. A wooden closet or wood board, very huge accessory. And there's wooden space and the stone space beneath it. And this is the last layer. We have the dynamo bases for the very huge wall of hardwood. This is the Gryffindor common room backgrounds, and it's really huge. And we also got the hardwood Gryffindor cloth and the Gryffindor scarf and some other Hermione Granger's handbag accessory right here. So this is everything come with this box. So now let's have a closer look on the figures. So first of all, let's take this hat sculpt out of this little box and put this on these hardwood uniform body first, because like the headless body feels a little bit creepy to me right now. So let's unbox this amazing hat sculpt for now. So the instruction manual said gently press the head and turn it clockwise. Listen, it's not turning the head clockwise, it's turning the base clockwise, so beware of that, like turning it clockwise to remove it. So like this. And now let's remove some little plastic paper for protection purposes inside this school uniform. And this is how it looked after installing a head sculpt, and I have to say it looks beautiful. The rooted hair pieces, these curly path feel a little bit hard. Seems like they add many like hair gel product, something like that, to and make sure the hair pieces stay the way they look. And of course you need to remove these little plastic bag protective paper. Now it's really hard to remove such tiny pieces when you're wearing this glove. So first of all, let's talk about these young Hermione Granger head sculpt, and it looks really good. Like, look at the sculpting on his face. I think Inart once again done an amazing job. And with the wood hair, it looks really thick. I know it's still a little bit downgrade compared to the official promotion photo release, but I think there's no downgrade much. I think they keep the standard. And when you look very close enough, you can even see some freckles on her face. Like, it is not much, not very strong, but tiny little bit. It feels very detailed, and the brown eyes look really good. And this is my first time buying rooted hair collectible figures, so I have no idea how to take care of rooted hair, so that's part scared me. So I may need to use some a little bit water and some a paintbrush to brush the hair pieces later. Maybe I need to do that, but it feels worth it to it's so good. I like the rooted hair, very beautiful. And the clothing, this clothing is similar to Harry one. It have very detailed Gryffindor symbols on the clothing right here. And this button can be opened. I strongly suggest to use some little tool like that to help you with opening these buttons. After opening the button, it will look like this. You can see the sweater inside and the skirt. So in the end of these long clothes, have a little wire in here so you can bend it. And also in the sleeve area, also have the wire so you can adjust it a little bit for poses. And next, I need to talk about some unique stuff in these Hermione Granger figures, which the previous two Harry and Ron don't have, is the silicone joint or silicone leg design. Like, the legs are all silicone, so you cannot see any joint on the leg. So for better see the leg, I need to remove these long cloth. So let me remove it first. So be careful, remove things. So after we remove the clothing, this figure we're looking like this. It looks very good. There's a tiny buttons. There's a button of the sleeve right here. You can see all kinds of detail. The Gryffindor tie, the uniform sweaters, and the skirt. They all look very well done. The tailoring looks very good on these figures. And of course the socks and the shoes, there's even tiny little bit detail under the shoes. It's very detailed and good. So now let's talk about the silicone leg body. So at the first of these promotion photos, people really hate the feasible joints, so they decided to turn into silicone, hidden the joints, and not just the leg, but as per my touching is the whole like lower part of the body is silicone. But this also worry me that like the silicone are usually very easy to damage when it's using on the action figures. Like when you like bend it for a long time, it may crack open. And because of the silicone, you see a very obvious seam line in legs right here. Like it's quite obviously in the both legs. And with the silicone leg design, you can see the muscle on the legs. Like they also done amazing jobs on the painting on this leg. Like you can see the muscle sculpting, but the seam line is not avoidable if you're using silicones. And now I'm worried about the durability, like how long it will not damage, I don't know, and can bend like this. Like I'm really worried about bending the legs actually because of its silicone design instead of like the old joint design. Like I'm worried it will crack open or damage or anything. But it's so good. I guess people choose silicone rather than visible joints, I guess for a reason. I just wish it will stay longer, like won't crack open or damage, something like that. And of course we need to talk about the rolling eye design for this head sculpt. Seems like, okay, so after opening it, looking like this, it's very strong magnetic. I let go and it go back inside immediately. And when open it, I'm worried about like damaging hairs. Like I just want to pull it from here and I'm worried about like pull off some hair. Really worried about it. So when your finger should feel like a little bit like edge of these little pieces. So when you feel it, you can like use a little force to push it open. So you can open like this, and you can move the stick inside this head sculpt to control the eye looking direction. But honestly, it feels really hard to do. Like these rooted hair will mess around like the back of pieces and the front of pieces. Like two rooted hair from two sides may stick together because of the hair product. But it's messy. And the eye is surprisingly hard to move around. Like the stick inside is really stiff, so I am not like enjoying like moving the rolling eye. Like it's very hard for me to do, and it's really hard to find the open back pieces. Like you cannot pull the hair, like it will obviously damage the wood hair. And after you finish it and try to closing it back, is this in other questions, other problem. Like for me, I have intentionally like messed up the bane inside in front of the head sculpt. Like the beautiful bane now to me it feels like I messed it something, and I have strong feeling that I need to like use some like jelly water or something like to take care of the hair product. Like take care of the wood hair right now because of I try to move the rolling eye system and messed it all up. I use some hairspray to mix it with some water and use some painting brush to brush the hair. Hopefully it will work. Like I really don't like taking care of the woody hair. If I can choose, I definitely choose sculpted hair instead of rooted hair. Like, you know, the hairstyle, like the kind of a very important characteristic of a character. Like, if I'm suck at taking care of the rooted hair, if I mess up, it will influence the character likeness, the figure overall likeness to the character. So, I really hate I have to take care of it. For the articulation, the head can turn left and right, bend it side to side, move a little bit down and up, and the arm can raise up around like this. Moving forward around like this, the hand can bend around 90 degrees, can swivel a bit, and there's a very tiny bit butterfly joint. And the body can move forward a little bit like this, moving backward like this a little bit. You can move it a little bit side to side. And the lower body parts are silicone bodies, and kicking up theoretically can kick up very high, but it's very tight inside, so I'm also a little bit worried about moving too much the leg of silicone. For me, I'm feeling I need to push very hard to pushing forward like this, but according to the operation guide, it should kicking up more higher, like around 90 degrees, can maximum do that. And kicking backward similar like this. Wide open kicking, very impressive like this. The knees can bend like this, and the angle can move a little bit down and up, and move it a little bit side to side, very tiny little bit for balancing. So this is basically this Inart Hermoine Granger's articulation movement. So here are all the accessories come with this Inart Hermoine collectible figures. First of all, we need to talk about the swappable hands right here. So we have two pair of glove hand, a glove hand for holding the wand, a book holding hands. I believe this is a hand for holding the bag or holding the wand. I'm not so sure. A hand for holding the wand, another hand for holding the wand, and then lastly, a open palm hand. And if you look closer, you can see the paint job detail on this hand. Maybe you can see some little vessel in this hand painting. So Inart had done a very good job on these little paint jobs on these small accessory. And of course we have Hermione wand right here, and a bit reminder that this is the wand from the early movie, so it will look different from the later movie. A flatter pens and a little ink bottle, and you can put the flatter pen into this ink bottle, but maybe I'll try in the desk. And this flatter pen is soft plastic, so it can bend it a little bit. But I do have trouble for putting it onto the ink bottle because it seems the flatter pen is too heavy. It will fall off like this. So I don't know if I have issue about it. So do I have a QC issue for these flatter pens? So you can see these go down, like bend a little bit. So seem this is the reason to make the ink bottle cannot hold the pens, but I'm not sure. Anyway, just like this. And speaking of flatter, we have a huge flatter. We have a large flatter right here. I believe this is the flatter is used on the Leviosa class, like Wingardium Leviosa. So it's very large plastic flatter, and this is more hard plastic compared to the flatter pen, so be careful, don't bend it. And Hermione loves to read, so it got total of 5 book accessory. These two are already come with Harry and Ron, and they have picture and wording inside. These 3 books are new, come with these Hermione figures. I believe this is the book that Dumbledore gave to Hermione in book 7, which contain the tales of the 3 brothers, you know, the Elder Wand, the Stone, and the Invisible Crow, something. But the remaining 2 books of the History of Magic and Hogwarts History, they are blank. They don't have any wording inside, so beware of that. Seems like J.K. Rowling haven't like filled in all the history or all the books or all the material inside these 2 history books. And we have Hermione handbag, and this is a leather pieces materials, and inside has a spawn in it, so it can be filling up this handbag. It will look like he is holding something inside. And of course the sorting hat, but sadly it looked exactly the same with the Ron one. So a bit lazy, I thought they would make all three of the sorting hat with different poses. But I'm overthinking, obviously. And of course, Cushing. I have to Google the name of Hermione cat's name, how to pronounce it. And it looks really, really good. And you can see some clad fur on the edge, on the face, like here. This little tiny fur. And the fur are sculpted really, really well. And the eye a little bit like glossy material, so you can reflection of the light. Looking really, really detailed and really good. Like, it is very detailed and very beautiful. And of course we have the iconic Gryffindor scarf and the winter long robe. So it will be looking like this after putting them onto the Hermione figures, and looks good as always. And lastly, this bookcase. It's a wooden bookcase and it's painted really well with the wooden texture and wooden colors, and it's very, very huge, and the door can be opened like this. And you can put all sorts of that little accessory I mentioned above to put it inside to storing or for display purposes. And lastly, it's these huge diorama bases come with these Inart Hermione figures, and it looks really huge. And this is first time I got the diorama bases from the Harry Potter line, because previous to I just bought the standard version. And it looks really huge, and I'm worried about I'm running out of space to display this humongous diorama base. And this Gryffindor common room background is fabric, is fur, so it feels very good. And behind it, of course, is the stone wall for Hogwarts Castle. It looks very good. I believe they did some weathering, so some of them looks really old, especially the lower part of the stone. They looks very dirty. And if you don't like these wooden pieces of Thor, you can just remove it. It's a very thin wooden pieces of plastic, have a wooden texture. So you will got a stone Thor, like showing the Gryffindor logos. And right here, you got Hermione Granger's name. And if you don't want to display such huge diorama bases, you can of course like push this little smaller box inside like this, with posing with this little base. And same with Harry and Ron, this is magnet, so you can put your figures onto this floor and you will attach it to it. So same with Harry, you can see this Hermione Granger name in here in front. Inside you got the same decoration for previous two, and the portrait will go disappear if you look into other angles. This is the side comparison with Inart standard version Harry and standard version Ron, and I have to say they look really good together. Although the other two are sculpted hair version, but in my opinion they still look pretty nice standing next to each other. So here my final thought on these Inart Hermione Granger's figures. I think the hat sculpt looks fantastic. They done amazing job on Hermione children hat sculpt, like the little freckle painting, the curly hair, wooded hair. They look great, and the tailoring of these Hogwarts school uniform looks amazing as always. Just like Ron and Harry did an amazing job on this tailoring to make this more clothing. And for the accessory, I really love this bookcase. For me, I can like put every like little small accessory into this bookcase, and a very useful accessory. But for me, I really don't like the rolling eye design that you need to open the back of the hair to like adjust the rolling eye. Like every time I try to open the back of the head, it make the hair go messy. Like the rooted hair is already very hard to take care of, and now I open the back of the hair to adjust the eye, the rooted hair go more messier, go more crazy. it's really bothered me. It make me don't want to adjust the rolling eye. And secondly, that make me worry it's a silicone leg. Like the whole lower part of this figure has used silicone, and as all the story I heard, silicone that's used on action figures is very easy to break apart. Like you cannot bend, for example, if you like pose a sitting poses, the knees bend for a long time, then the knees, silicone on the knees will probably like break apart. And the silicone legs are very tight. It's really hard for me to like pushing it forward or posing it kicking upward. And for the swappable hand accessory, I have to say there's no other swappable left hand beside the default left hand. That's ridiculous. At least Inart, you can give us a book holding hand like Hermione love reading, so both hands holding a book makes sense. And overall, I really enjoy posing these Inart Hermione figures. I finally got the trio, Harry, Ron, Hermione. I finally can display them together. As Harry Potter fans, I really enjoy this Inart Harry Potter line. And if you also a Harry Potter fan, I strongly recommend you get this Inart Harry Potter line figures as your collection. And if you want to get this Inart Hermione Granger, I suggest you can go to Fantastic Toys. You can use my code for 5% discount off for your purchase. I will put the discount code and the store link into the description. If you're interested, please check them out. So this is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any question related to this Inart Hermione Grangers or question about Fantastic Toys, please comment below, let me know. I will try my best to answer your question. So I hope I can see you in my next video. Goodbye.